Richard, we've had yet another UK so-called challenger bank floating today. This time it's called Shawbrook. Tell us about it.
Shawbrook's an Essex-based bank. It's coming to market next week. It's priced its shares at the top end of its range, which we can come back to. Very suggestive of appetite for this kind of thing. It does mainly business lending with a small amount of consumer lending. It's going to raise about, I don't know, it's going to be worth about 725 million when it hits the market. And it's raising about 90 million, which will boost its capital to fuel that lending.
But this is one of many smaller banks coming to market. Have these really got a hope of making any inroads into UK business banking? It's dominated by the big four institutions.
You're dead right. This is now 5 in the past year that have come to market. If we think of Aldermore, One Savings, Virgin Money, and of course TSB's out there. So the question is, what are they all doing? They're very different. They're not all the same. They're not. Challenger Bank is a bit of a blanket term that's probably misused. These guys are very niche. They are specialists in what, if you call the big 5 banks a generalist market, they're tapping into very specific financial needs of small businesses and things like that. So they see considerable upside. What amazes me is that the UK market is so woefully underserved by the big boys.
And what do you think their long-term plan is, these challengers, to gain and keep a big market share, or have they got some other intention?
The cynic in me, having seen Sabadell buying TSB, which is a self-proclaimed challenger bank, is that maybe this bank, Shawbrook, and also One Savings, both owned by private equity, could be eyeing the exit in a few years' time once they've established a growth record. But my sense is that they're a bit more determined to hang around than that they actually enjoy plying their trade in an unattended part of the market.
And what about that valuation? These banks are small but growing fast. Should we expect them to be valued at a premium to the bigger players?
I think at the moment, well, we haven't seen Shawcross yet, but at the moment we're seeing really incredible growth, and the share price growth of, say, One Savings is up 60-something% since listing. So the market still sees upside, and I suspect largely US specialist investors who probably regard these as savings and loans.
It looks like it's boom time again for banks, or at least some of them. Richard, thanks very much.